business.
Introducing
Ain't nobody's business.
new Tampax Compact Tampons.
Nobody's business but my own.
Compact
Nobody's business but your own.
Tampax Compact Tampons.
Well, I think I finally understand why the CNN logo is red. Because every single half-wit loser at that network appears to be on their period. As you're all probably aware, Kanye West was invited to the White House to speak with President Trump about workforce training programs, sentencing reform, and African American employment. A spectacle that should really be praised by all sides, right? I mean, the evil racist Donald Trump is finally seeking counsel from an underprivileged minority. Wrong. Instead, media everywhere had a total meltdown, but the worst of all was CNN. Clot News Network had their blood-stained panties in such a massive wad, with their coverage being so emotional, so hysterical, you'd think you were at a sleepover full of divorced women watching Titanic. You almost feel bad for CNN. I mean, they were once an actual news source. They were once respected. Now you're lucky to catch CNN airing on the televisions in KFC. Now before we jump in the video, just a quick reminder to go to hunteravalone.net and pick up some of my new merch if you haven't already. I've got some awesome hoodies, t-shirts, and long sleeve shirts, but guys, these are not going to last forever. So if you haven't got merch yet, I highly suggest you go to hunteravalone.net, cop a hoodie or a shirt before it's too late. Now I for one am very excited to begin this circle jerk of emotional nonsense, so let's begin with everyone's favorite sped, Don Lemon. Let's go ahead and tune in to his emotional slurred ramblings about Kanye West.
If he don't look good, we don't look good. This is our president. He has to be the freshest, the flyest planes, the best factories, and we have to make our core be empowered. We have to bring jobs into America. I don't answer questions in simple sound bites. You are tasting a fine wine. It has multiple notes to it. The liberal will try to control a black person through the concept of racism because they know that we are very proud, emotional people. So when I said I like Trump to like someone that's liberal, they'll say, oh, but he's racist. You think racism can control me? Oh, that don't stop me. That's an invisible wall. Would you build a trap door that if you mess up and you accidentally something happens, you fall and you end up next to the Unabomber? Let me give this guy a hug right here. I love this guy right here. Yeah. Come here. Yes.
He did most of the talking in the Oval Office. Don, what did you think?
Wolf, I have no animosity for Kanye West. I'm just going to be honest, and I may get in a lot of trouble for it. I actually feel bad for him. What I saw was a minstrel show today. Him in front of all of these white people, mostly white people, embarrassing himself and embarrassing Americans, but mostly African Americans, because every one of them is sitting either at home or with their phones watching this, cringing. I couldn't even watch it. I had to turn the television off because it was so hard to watch.
Okay, Don, you race-baiting travesty. What the hell does it matter if Kanye West was sitting around white people? Why on earth do you need to bring race into this? Or even worse, make it seem like Kanye West is doing something wrong by associating with the dreaded mayo crackers. And secondly, if you had to literally turn the TV off because you were so triggered, why should we even listen to any of your opinions? It's clearly not informed.
Him sitting there being used by the President of the United States, the President of the United States exploiting him, and I don't mean this in a disparaging way, exploiting someone who needs help.
Really? So Trump getting together with a black man to talk about prison reform is now exploiting him? If Trump met with any other black man, or a black man that was, say, a Democrat, you'd be praising him for educating Trump.
Why are you sending cameras to the Oval Office for Kanye West? Did you send cameras to the Oval Office and carry it live when Common visited the White House? Common visited the White House and did a beautiful poem, spoken word. It talked about how black people are kings and queens.
Well, thank you so much for proving my point, you insufferable jackass. So when Common, a black rapper, goes to the White House in 2016, you call his poem beautiful. Oh, it was so amazing. Black people are kings and queens. So when a black man says something you agree with, or is simply on the same political side as you, it's beautiful. But when a black man goes to the White House to talk about jobs and prison reform, a common talking point on the left, you criticize him? I smell hypocrisy.
And now all of a sudden, he is the person who represents the African American community. He doesn't. We need to take the cameras away from Kanye.
What does Don Lemon's penis and the bus he takes to work have in common? They're both short. Don, you claim Kanye doesn't represent the African American community, which you're not wrong, but look at what you said in the beginning clip.
And embarrassing Americans, but mostly African Americans, because every one of them is sitting either at home or with their phones, watching this, cringing. I couldn't even watch it. I had to turn the television off because it was so hard to watch.
Every one of them were watching and cringing. I had to turn the TV off. It sounds a lot like you think you somehow represent the African American community with your sweeping generalizations and your glaring self-projection. In reality, you and Kanye are both public figures making millions, and neither of you represent anyone or any community.
And from a lot of this craziness that happens in the White House, because it is not normal, and we need to stop sitting here pretending that it's normal, this was an embarrassment. Kanye's mother is rolling over in her grave. I spoke to one of her friends today, or texted with one of her friends today from Chicago, Donda's friends. I used to live there. I know him. She said Donda would be embarrassed by this.
Bravo! Why do I get the feeling that if Trump said someone's dead mother was rolling in their grave, CNN would be dedicating 24/7 news coverage on his remarks, making him out to be absolutely evil? Also, Don, come on. You bitch and moan about Trump allegedly exploiting Kanye, but what the hell do you think you're doing right now? If you ask me, using Kanye's deceased mother to somehow boost your political point sounds a lot more like exploitation to me.
Go get some help and then come back and make your case. If you want to be conservative, if you want to support Donald Trump, that is your business. But as you're doing it, have some sense with it. Make sense. Educate yourself.
Sounds like someone's been spending a little bit too much time on Tumblr. Educate yourself! Truly impactful. It's also kind of funny because Don claims Kanye should make sense, but I really haven't heard much sense out of this entire rant. It quite literally sounds like the diary of an angsty teenage girl.
If President Barack Obama had Kanye West or any rapper or any person, entertainer in the Oval Office who said MF, can you imagine? Everybody's heads would be exploding, not just over at Fox News, not just the conservatives. Everybody's heads would be exploding saying, what's happening? And this is not the first time that Donald Trump has denigrated that office.
Really, guys? Really? We're really gonna take the angry Christian parents route? Someone said a swear word in the Oval Office! Hey Don, maybe if you read your own network, several politicians have had foul mouths and used bad language in the White House, from Joe Biden to the Clintons to McCain.
So let's not pretend. We should stop putting Kanye West and Kim Kardashian on the same plane as Kamal Khashoggi, who deserves much more coverage today than Kanye West. And the people who are down in Florida and in the Panhandle who are dealing with a devastating storm. We should be focusing on them instead of Kanye West in the Oval Office that nobody cares about, and he has no credence and no credibility in the black community on these issues.
Okay, Donnie boy, if no one cares about Kanye, then why did you spend the last 7 minutes ranting and rambling like a hormonal pregnant woman? Also, you claimed that the Kanye thing shouldn't have been covered and that the people in Florida deserve coverage more. Then why on God's green earth are you further contributing to the Kanye coverage? Now, what happened later that evening was actually very bad, and I kind of respect CNN for calling it out. Trump shockingly said about a black man, "This is what happens when Negroes don't read." Oh, wait a second. Trump didn't say that. CNN said that.
Kanye West is what happens when Negroes don't read. And we have this now, and now Donald Trump is going to use it and pervert it, and he's going to have somebody who can stand with him and take pictures.
So, a black man thinking for himself, A black man meeting with the President of the United States to talk about issues the left has been wanting brought to attention for ages. Now he's a Negro who doesn't read? Your comments are shockingly racist, and CNN should be absolutely ashamed of themselves for airing this bullshit. Can you imagine for just 1 second if someone on Fox News said this about Obama? Everyone would be freaking out. There would be riots in the streets, all of Detroit would be looted, and CNN would be having an all-out conniption. But when the black man is a conservative, it's okay to use racial slurs to somehow bring him down. Absolutely disgusting. CNN, this is why your ratings are failing, and it's only a matter of time before your absolute history.
Listen, black folks are about to trade Kanye West in the racial draft, okay? They've had it with him, and he's an attention whore like the president. He's all of a sudden now the model spokesperson. He's the token Negro of the Trump administration. Well,
I must be a woman in Saudi Arabia without a male guardian, because I'm totally confused. I mean, am I watching CNN or the freaking Root? What makes Kanye the token Negro, you racist bastard? I mean, by your logic, is Don the token Negro of CNN? Or does a black person only become a token when they start saying things you disagree with? Things your narrow mind and your pea brain can't even begin to comprehend. But this is what happens when race becomes your obsession. I mean, you'd think someone's skin color was Black Jesus to these folks. Honestly, go ahead and trade Kanye, whatever the hell that means. I'm pretty sure he'd rather be embraced by people who support his freedom of speech, his freedom of thought, rather than a bunch of hive-minded, race-obsessed, sniveling little cretins. And finally, we close with Chris Cuomo, who's apparently taking a break from mocking how Trump drinks water to talk about this whole Kanye debacle. Let's ready our ears, children, for this wonderful, wonderful wisdom.
Take a look at the phalanx of photographers here. What is this, a summit? Are they launching an initiative for inner-city education grants? No? Then why give it all this hype? Why fan the flames of the foolish?
And now a moment of truth with Hunter Avallone.
Hello. This is why people call you fake news. What exactly makes Kanye foolish? Simply because he's a black man that goes against your liberal quota? According to the Book of Truth, page 69, your ratings are dropping lower than your testosterone for good reason. In fact, I trust a free steak dinner from Ted Bundy before I trust CNN to give me accurate news. So either quit this pathetic network or admit that you're simply becoming BuzzFeed 2.0. Thank you and have a nice day.
His personal history reads more as a rationale for keeping him from something like this than indulging him. His wife sizes up better as an advocate. And that's all an appraisal, assuming he's of sound mind and body. And that is not a given. Now, this, just put politics aside, right? This comes from a place of compassion. Multiple reports, his own statements. It all makes clear that he has struggled and admitted diagnoses for personal mental health issues. And while he raised legit issues of jobs and inner-city concerns, when you hear the disassociative ramblings of a man once prized for his intellect and education, there's something wrong there.
Yet another major ad hominem. You even admit that Kanye raised legitimate issues? So what does his struggle with mental health have to do with anything, you baboon? You can't use that to discredit him simply because he supports the president and you do not.
Look at Trump here yet again. Yeah, Superman, sure I am. I can do anything. I can save people. I wonder if images of Hurricane Michael came into his head then. The people that do need saving. And here he is, doing this. He was at a rally when the storm was going on in Pennsylvania. And now he's with Kanye West as people plod through the ruins of their former life.
This is a very common point mentioned on CNN's embarrassing coverage of the Kanye West thing. That Trump dared to meet with Kanye during the hurricane. My question is, what was Trump supposed to do? He can't control the weather. Was he supposed to fly down in the midst of the hurricane and start rescuing people himself? Plus, who knows how long this meeting was planned? Maybe it just happened to fall on the same day as the hurricane. Besides, Chris, where was your criticism of Obama when he went golfing during the Louisiana flood? CNN, you're not you when you're menstruating. have a tampon. But there you have it, folks. The hilarious media frenzy and meltdown over a black man daring to support the president and refusing to conform to the disgusting liberal thought police. Kanye West is a hero, no matter what the failing CNN says. So CNN, it's time to stop. Please give this video a like, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to go to hunteravalone.net and pick up some new merch. Have a great day, everyone. Peace.